Dude, I love this car, man. This is
Thanks.
really nice. Is this an STI launch edition?
It is actually, it's a 2015 STI launch edition.
I've seen this car though. You're with ATO Car Guys, huh? You're on that channel.
I've been on that channel once, yeah.
So it's like a bunch of special stuff on this one that's different than the others.
Yeah, it's got like the paint and the wheels. It's all part of that launch edition package. You want to take a ride?
Yeah, we should. We should take a cruise in it.
All right,
Let's
do
go.
that.
Oh man, this is nice.
Oh, thanks, man.
This is really nice. So do you randomly meet people at the gas station all the time?
Well, it seems to be an occurrence, especially whenever you drive a car that attracts attention like this one.
As part of being a gearhead, the cars make people want to stop and talk, and that's how we met.
That is how we met.
Not just now, guys. Of course, that was just us fooling around. This is my friend Kyle. You guys are watching CARTERIA. So I wanted to do this episode with you because I wanted to do a car show that was natural to me, right?
Yeah.
And that's a natural thing, is for me to just walk up to people and start talking to them and ask them about their car. And I think that's probably one of the criterias to being a gearhead, is just kind of approaching random people.
The best feelings is whenever somebody comes up to you just randomly at a gas pump or something and is like, dude, this is a cool car.
So the way that this show goes, because my connection to cars is driving. When I drive, I am bliss in my sweet spot, you know? Put your life in my hands, and I'll make sure to get you home to your family.
Okay.
And at least 2 pieces.
Okay.
All right, let's do it. Let's go. Oh, ho, 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 ho. All right. Let's go over some things for the people about this car.
So the launch edition is limited run. They made 1,000 of them. Some of the blue inserts in the interior.
I love it.
That didn't come in anything but the launch edition.
Okay.
Short throw shifter.
I mean, it's a lot of carbon in here. You have an entire diff selection and like drive modes here. Alcantara on the steering wheel, along with leather wrap, the red stitching, all the blue. The seats are crazy. I love these seats. Yeah, let's have some fun.
One of the things about the STI is they made sure to port a little bit of that turbo noise into the car.
Yeah, I noticed.
When you picked it up, it came to me with, of course, the exhaust. So the catback exhaust, it's got the cold air intake. And we figured probably a stage 2 tune.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Because it's got a turbo controller on it,
Yep.
the blow-off valve.
So do you know what exhaust is on this car?
I believe it's the NVIDIA.
Yeah, that's a pretty popular exhaust for Subaru too.
Yeah. The proudest moment that I had was when this little kid in a Nissan Z, after a date night, my wife and I were headed home, and this guy pulls up and being obnoxious, revving like crazy. And I looked at my wife and I said, "Are you ready?" And she was like, "What?" She's not used to, speed or anything. Dropped it into third, and when he took off, I took off, and she just kind of giggled a little bit. Like, oh,
nice.
geez, this thing's it's fast.
Nice.
Like, yeah, it's fast.
But you did do a sound system to it.
The first real mod I did was putting in a new head unit and all 4 new speakers. I'm currently putting a sub in there for a little bit more bass.
All right, well, another list on the criteria, must-have sound system. Well, even more so is like, car must make cool noises, period.
Yes.
So tell me about your car history. So what was the first car?
Actually, believe it or not, my first car was a 1979 Trans Am Bandit Edition.
That's right.
My parents bought it when I was 15 and then promptly sold it as soon as I turned 16 because they were afraid I was going to kill myself in it, which is possible.
Yeah, very possible.
Very possible. After that, it was a Sunbird, and then I had a Geo Tracker, a 4-door Geo Tracker.
So a Sunbird was your first J-body?
First J-body. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
When I graduated high school, we got Cavalier, a 1998 Cavalier convertible. The first thing I did was a dual exhaust setup that was kind of cool with some Flowmasters. The next big mod was that Ram air hood that made it look like it was a Camaro SS.
Right there in your car history is where we met. So we both had Chevrolet Cavaliers. So that was the whole thing, is that when I met you, didn't know if there was a market to mod it, if there were other people that had the car. And I literally just started searching on the internet and I found the J Body Club in Georgia. That's 2 days, 3 days later, I just drove past you at a gas station there with your Cavalier convertible on bags, fully shaved, full sound system, and literally definitely one of the dopest Cavaliers, one of the dopest sport compacts I'd ever seen. Do you want to tell the viewers what our first meeting was like?
We had our core four, and then I think you were one of the newbies that showed up. We had told you when I ran into you at the gas station, I was like, hey, yeah, come on to the meet. We've got a meet tomorrow. And I remember specifically saying, yeah, your buddy in the Focus can come too.
Yes.
But yeah, you showed up and we hung out, and then we all took a trip to the parts store. And
caravanning to the parts store.
Caravanning, yeah. And then on the way back from the parts store, we rolled into my buddy's neighborhood, and somebody thought it'd be a good idea to pull the e-brake around one of the turns, and got a little squirrely with it and ended up in somebody's yard.
Me?
That was you.
All right, yeah, maybe, my early e-brake days were, not as technical. I pulled out and pulled into the driveway, and you all were looking at me like I was crazy. That's maybe a little funny. It got not funny.
Yeah.
Because the neighbor must have heard it, and he then came outside and decided to be upset. Like, why would you be mad that somebody slid a car into your yard?
I mean, it's just grass.
It's just grass. It grows back.
Yeah.
That's what I told him.
Yeah.
He wasn't happy about it, though.
No.
So you guys, hurried me out of the neighborhood so that when the cops came, the person who did it would not be there.
Yeah, and the cops did come.
Yeah, the cops definitely came.
So, yeah.
Well, I'm better at it now. Watch. Whee! No, I'm not going to do it.
I appreciate that.
How did I make it into your club with that being our first meeting?
Apparently, my then girlfriend, my wife now, she liked you for some reason. I don't really know, but when I was talking with the two presidents of the club, I was like, what do we think about this new guy? And they're like, well, he's already had the cops called on us once, so he's going to be nothing but trouble. And my wife was like, well, I kind of like him. And so we're like, all right, I guess you're in the club.
That was it. One vote from the wife,
yeah.
I made it in the club.
Yeah.
Another criteria is find your like-minded gearheads. You can maybe make a few friends for life, just from a chance meeting at the gas station. Fast list, what was after the Cavalier?
While I still had the Cavalier, I also bought an SVX. After that, I bought a Chrysler Conquest. That was my first turbo car. Sold the Conquest, bought a Roland chassis Nova, put a high output 305 motor in it.
Cool. So what was after the Nova?
I bought one of the members of the car club, I bought his yellow Cavalier that I had for a little while. It was a 2001.
New body, Ecotech motor, which actually became a great motor.
Yes.
They used for drag racing.
Yes.
That was the motor that made Danica Patrick famous.
After that was the Subaru Baja.
The Baja, and then this was your introduction to Subarus.
No, the SVX was the introduction.
Oh, the SVX. I almost forget. Yeah. You forget that car is a Subaru.
My wife and I bought a Crosstrek together. Then the third Subaru was an Outback. The fourth Subaru was my Baja. Mm-hmm. And then the fifth Subaru was the Outback that we traded for the other Outback.
Okay.
And then now we've got number 6, which is the STI.
The STIs, you had 6 Subarus.
Yes.
3 of them being very unique and limited Subarus.
Yeah.
The Baja, the SVX, and this.
Right.
So yeah, I like that. Unique, low numbers, definitely gearhead criteria. Well, let's get out and let's check this car out with some nice scenery. Let's put some scenery behind it, see what it looks like.
All right.
Yeah.
So you're driving this road every day. Where are you going?
Well, funny you should ask. I'm actually a teacher.
Yeah?
I teach video production at a local high school, so I've got about a 20-minute commute every morning.
Do any of your students, like, are they surprised that you have this car?
Yes, all the time. When I first had it in the parking lot, there was whispers that Mr. Rollator got the cool car.
Well, I wanted to see that for myself. So I surprised you at work yesterday, and I got to talk to some of your students because I never met any of your students. And I know that that it's unique for a teacher to have a rally race car for the street. Let's check out what your students thought about that. Okay guys, as you can see, he is one of my closest friends. He is a huge car guy, and you really wouldn't expect him if you met him here to have the cars that he has. Let's go surprise him and his class. First time in the lunchroom. Surprise.
What are you doing? What is up?
You guys don't look like you're working real hard.
Today is the day before Thanksgiving break.
Ah.
So we only have like a half-hour class. So
Right, so I came at the perfect time.
You did, yeah.
You want to give us a tour of
Yeah.
your space?
I mean,
What you
sure.
do? And so this is like a real professional studio. I mean,
Oh,
you
yeah.
have
Yeah.
everything here that you need.
It's impressive what
And
we've got.
this is the studio.
So this is the studio area.
And so what exactly like is Wildcat TV?
Wildcat TV is a weekly show. It's kind of like a magazine style show. So the kids produce their own little pieces and we put it all together and form one show. So they can do anything that they want. Like we've got the car show, we've got people that go out and interview other students, or we've got skits that they do. It just kind of depends on what the students are into.
You know, TV producers and news editors. And,
Yeah.
I mean, these guys are going to go on and do all kind of stuff like that.
That's always our plan, yeah.
Yeah, and they learned in a real environment. And so did you go to this art school?
I did. So I graduated in this in 1996.
Okay.
When I graduated from here, and we certainly didn't have anything like this when I was here.
Yeah,
We did have.
You didn't get this.
We had a television program that ran closed circuit. It
Right.
was like a live thing that we did once a week. I fell in love with it in high school, and I'm happy every day that I get to come here and teach it to other kids.
Yeah. Let's see the rest of this place. This is not even it. So then there's all computers.
There's all computers. You've got like an editing bay where you can go in and
Okay.
edit and quiet.
Now this is perfectly fit for the first episode because the reason that you guys haven't seen a whole lot of content is because I have not had an amazing editor. And I had an amazing editor, but he's got a whole generation of people to teach editing. So I had to find another amazing editor, a protege of his, and now you guys get constant content. You know, it's a big deal. And I don't think people really give editors their credit. What do you think your students would say about you?
That is a hard
If I
question.
locked them in this room and offered them money to tell me the truth.
There's no telling, especially some of the ones that are in here.
So let's see what the students think.
Okay, how do you want to do that?
It doesn't matter. Are we rolling? Hey, we're rolling. Okay, first of all, Elijah, keep that part in because I want to say we're rolling. I feel so special. And who are you?
Ayla Gerard.
My name is Lucas Stewart.
Ryan.
So what do you think about Rollator as a teacher?
Mr. Rollator is a really good teacher, honestly. He definitely cares a lot about his students.
Absolutely.
Now don't lie.
No,
just
he is
'cause
absolutely
this
my
is
favorite
his
teacher.
feature and we're on his set and
No,
I'm his
he is,
friend.
He's my favorite teacher.
Seriously.
He's
the
been
whole
there for
school
me
is
the
your
most. I've
favorite
had him
teacher.
all 4 years, the only teacher I've had all 4 years. He's real with you,
Yeah.
and I appreciate that.
He's the best teacher I've ever had, hands down. He cares about us inside and outside of the classroom. There is no better teacher than Mr. Rollator.
Seriously?
I wish I was lying.
Are you sure? Isn't one of my same friends, the same person I
He's
know?
the same person you know.
Did you know Mr. Rollator was a gearhead? Like, did you know he was a car guy? Or when did you find out?
Probably last year,
Okay.
or I think it was last year whenever he got the new car.
Never would have knew he was a car guy in the Baja.
Never.
Never would have guessed until he bought the Cadillac and showed me pictures of it.
And then he rimmed up the Cadillac.
Oh yeah.
So with the rims, I told him his students are gonna think he was a drug dealer. He's got Cadillac with 22s on it. Like,
He has a very nice car.
Yeah.
Definitely wouldn't have expected that about him.
How did you see it? Did you just like see it one day and go like,
Yeah,
what
I think
the?
I was, it might have been last year, I don't remember, but yeah, I came into school and there he was right next to his car, and I was like, man, that's interesting.
So funny that none of you guys knew this. I guess I didn't think about like how many people will have
would
known him for
notice,
3
yeah.
years or 4 years.
And
yeah.
just didn't know it.
Well, and how would you? And he doesn't talk about cars all the time like me, so you would never
He
really
does
know.
pull up videos and show them to us.
Okay.
He does do that.
So
He'll be like, hey, look, come here, I got a video to show you.
and you guys have any idea of his cool car history?
I know he's had the Cadillac, and I know he had a very nice car in college. I've never seen a picture of it. I've just
Never
heard
seen a
stories.
picture of it.
No, I've just heard stories about it. I've heard it's really nice.
You didn't know that it was totally shaved, like no gas cap, no door handles, no emblems.
No.
You didn't know it was bagged.
No, I knew it was bagged. I knew it
Your
was bagged.
teacher was hitting switches, big wheels, custom paint, custom sound system, subwoofers.
Whew.
Yeah, this guy,
He went in with it.
Kyle. I was like, your students probably don't know what's going on, do they?
Yeah,
And he
no.
was like, I don't know if they know. I was like, nah, bro.
I don't even know what kind of car he has. I just know that it's a nice car.
It's a WRX STI. Too cool.
He
for
acted
him.
like a kid in like a candy store when he heard you found one. He was
Yeah.
never would stop talking. He still won't stop talking about it sometimes.
Oh,
he should
man.
get back on bags.
Yeah, we should.
Put the
man.
Subaru on bags. That's what he needs
You
to do.
should put the Subaru on bags, Kyle. Thanks for coming to CARTERIA. All right, thanks, bro. Remember, people look for the car show. And you got a TikTok?
I do.
What is it?
It's stupid_Stewie.
Everybody, please hit the like button, comment, and subscribe to the channel so that we can have more awesome interviews like this.
Good stuff.
Yay! Yay!
Do my happy dance.
That was pretty cool. Your students obviously really think highly about you. Like, they love you. They had fun doing that.
I'm thankful every day that I get such awesome kids.
You should drive now, and then, tell us more about what you do, and, we'll find out like how you got to be this gearhead that you are.
Okay.
All right, let's go on this mountain, bro. Nobody expects a high school teacher to have a car like this. And your students seem like they were genuinely surprised when they all kind of found out. I think it's cool too that they knew you for years, but because kind of took a break from really having a lot of crazy cars. Kind of just did the family thing for a minute. Is that really what it was?
Yeah, a lot of it was the family thing, and really before getting that teaching job, I really couldn't afford anything cool. When I was able to finally afford something, there was the wagon that I had you buy for me.
Right.
The CTS wagon was probably the coolest thing that I'd had in a while. I put the big rims on it.
I think we didn't really notice, even over that long drive,
Yeah.
how terrible the seats were. And I think
seats,
really
yeah.
that was it. Like, they were hard and bolstered wrong.
Over time, I just got tired of sitting in an uncomfortable seat, and
Right.
I called you up and I was like, hey, we got to find something else.
That surprised me and blew me right off my chair when you called. Like, what? From Subarus and not having cool cars anymore to like, I need another cool car?
Yeah.
And then when you said STI, I was like, what? I knew what was going to happen. I knew I was going to get my car guy, gearhead buddy back, and I did.
It was the first time that I actually had a fast car.
Right.
And I loved the Cavalier, but
Wasn't
not
fast. So this is definitely the most sporty, the fastest car you've ever had. But what are the drawbacks?
I don't really know of any drawbacks.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. That's what we want to hear. Like, we want cool cars to have no regrets. I mean, I love this for you. I love that it's gotten you back into the culture and it's kind of, woken you up and revived your gearhead spirit.
The next on the list is probably one of those that I will never be able to afford because I've always wanted a 911 turbo. Being on a teacher's salary, if for some reason I was able to buy one, I could never afford the maintenance.
The maintenance is not too bad on 911s. Turbos, probably more. It is pretty much the safe supercar bet. Even if you think on your teacher salary you can't, it's okay because YouTube's gonna give me a salary soon enough that I'm gonna be able to buy you a 911
Oh, there you
and
go.
watch you have fun with it.
All right.
So if you guys like this video, subscribe to this channel Oh, and then we have a school teacher with a freaking 911 turbo. So let's park the cars up and let's like chit chat.
All right.
Oh man, that was a nice drive, dude.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that car is seriously a driver's machine, especially up here in the mountains.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So, like, what's your background? You went to school here in
Yeah.
Rabun County, right?
Yeah, so I graduated from high school up here, moved away. I was living in Atlanta for a little while and working in Atlanta, and that's when I met you. And then eventually found my way back to Rabun, where it was a little quieter, a little calmer.
So you came back here, and what'd you do then?
I ran a computer shop for about 13 years. It was a pretty good shop, and then computers became disposable, just like TVs.
And what made you go towards teaching? Because when you made that decision, you were kind of like, really?
When the video production teacher job opened up, and my mom and my wife were both like, that is totally something you could do. You've got the patience to work on old people's computers. Surely you've got the patience to put up with teenagers. I came in halfway through the school year and kind of replaced somebody that replaced somebody else. Within the first few weeks, I fell in love with it. Now I've taught for 5 full years now.
Do you see yourself doing anything else?
No, it's hard for me to picture anything else. This
Really?
is definitely, I feel like I found my calling.
I think that you are the most accepting and genuine and non-judgmental person I've ever met in my life. You know, you and your wife have made a big impact on my life because I used to couch surf on you guys' couch. I tried to get away from the city and come up here even when I was broke and come to the mountains and hang out. You guys would feed me,
Oh yeah,
you know, so
you're part of the family. We've got the 10-year-old here now.
And the person whose baby shower I got arrested going to
Yeah.
is this dude right here. What's up, Ethan? And a lot of people liked your video where we were talking about your dad's wagon, remember?
Yep, it got swapped out with a Subaru now.
Yeah, how do you like this thing?
Looks a lot better than the last one, honestly.
But promote your channel first. What's your channel?
Channel's Fire Ferret, link in the description.
Everybody subscribe to Fire Ferret. Watch some cool gaming videos from Ethan. What we want to do on my channel.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yes.
Ethan's Handy Car Reviews. So we're going to try to put that together to where Ethan reviews cars for you guys because he's really smart. He knows a lot about cars.
Yeah, that's
And I'll bring you a cool car and then we can drive around in the mountains and we'll review it.
Seems
Boom.
nice.
What's my channel?
ATL Car Guys.
Yeah. This is the reason that I went to jail, guys.
Why?
Because I was coming to your baby shower.
You got arrested?
Yeah. Got arrested.
Jeez. Seems a little extreme, but...
That's what I said, Ethan.
Oh.
But your grandmother helped me out a lot. So you guys go watch the video on VinWiki. And before we go, tell the people what's your favorite car.
Honestly, I really like Teslas, as they're like electric, you know, cool auto drive, cool like screen.
I mean,
Teslas, yeah.
not everybody on my channel is going to be happy about that being your favorite car.
I mean, I do like
But-
BMWs as well. They're pretty cool.
All right, thank you, BMW fanboys in the house. Now go tell them, stand right here and tell them what to do.
Subscribe to Fire Ferret, Vandal H, and ATL Car Guys.
Subscribe. And thank you for watching CARTERIA. We'll see you guys later.
Adios.